Hi, my name's Tiffany and I'm 16 and I'm a junior in high school. Right, I like telemedicine because I don't have to leave school early because I really like school, and you can just come in here and just talk to them on the screen. And it's a little different because you're not actually there in person, but it's still like, it still works and stuff, and you can actually talk to him and stuff, and he actually, like, you can see each other instead of like just talking on the phone or something like that. So I'm kind of used to it. I was kind of nervous at first, the first time I did this, because I was like, I've never talked to somebody over the computer like that. Well, the first year I don't think I ever came in the health center, and I didn't really see Dr. North that much, and I like him and stuff, so it's good to be able to talk to him. And he, because of my medicine, he has to like keep up with me and stuff, so it's good to just come in here and I can come talk to him anytime I want to, because of my medicine and stuff like that.
Hi, my name is Sharon. I have a 16-year-old daughter in high school. Her name is Tiffany, and she is involved with the telemedicine. That it's wonderful for a mom who doesn't have to leave work and go pick up their child and take their child to school, and it's just more convenient for us moms, especially me. I'm a single mom. Checks in with her, you know, how she's doing on her medicine, and he talks to her, I think, at least once a month, if sometimes more often, about how the medicine's doing, if she feels like that it needs to be changed. And that's really good, you know, so we don't have to run up to the clinic. And Tiffany doesn't want to miss any school. I feel like the care is actually better than she would get otherwise, because he sees her more often. You know, they talk more often, and she's able to talk to him a lot more often than making an appointment and having to go into the doctor's office. Because, well, when you live in these rural communities and everything is so far apart, and then we kind of have a shortage of doctors, and sometimes it's really hard to get an appointment. Yeah, I think it would be, Tiffany would, I think she's done better, and he's been able to talk with her, you know, a lot, and find out how she's doing on the medicine. He actually talked to her through the telemedicine and changed her medicine, you know, called to let me know about it. But he changed her medicine, and her grades, her sophomore year last year, was so much better than they were her freshman year.
Stacey Burleson. I'm the principal of Bowman Middle School, located in Bakersville, North Carolina. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the telemedicine program that is in our school, and this is the second year that we have completed with the telemedicine program. On the first year, I will admit I was not a believer, and in no circumstances did I support the program. I wasn't adamant. I didn't go out in the community and talk bad about it, but I had my doubts, and I felt like it would not succeed. But it has been my experience that it has been a very positive offering for our students, and personally I have allowed my own children to benefit from the program. And my child got sick, and they looked in his throat, took his temperature, was able to go through and monitor all his symptoms, and he said, okay, what pharmacy do you want? What pharmacy do you use? And I was kind of taken aback, but it was that quick. Finished out the day, didn't miss school at all. So it was wonderful, because he really needed to take his Spanish in the afternoon. So that has been my experience, and then I've had a child in high school and in elementary school, which all three of my children have seen the doctor through the telemedicine program, and I have been pleased in every instance. And I feel like now that the parents rely on the telemedicine very heavily. I love it. Very, very happy to have it. If I ever move schools, I definitely want it in whichever school I'm at.
Hi, I'm Dr. Cynthia Brown. I'm one of the adult cystic fibrosis providers at the University of Virginia. I'm here today with Bridget. She's one of my patients who lives in Ivanhoe, Virginia, about 3.5 hours away from the University of Virginia. She and I have been participating in a telemedicine clinic in Saltville, Virginia for the past year. And we're here today to talk about our experiences with telemedicine. We started this a year ago. There's some flexibility with visits. Even when she's been sick, she's been able to come in and see me at times, especially on a fast follow-up. There was a couple of times I had to see her like 2 weeks after she was there, and I think that would have been really difficult for her. To feel like that we care about each other, and we've been able to do that even from several hours away. Today, compared to where you were a year ago, I think your health is in a better place today than it was a year ago. We've made big strides in the past year, because this time last year there was a lot of scary things going on.
Actually, this time last year I thought I would die.
And then just there's been lots of little bumps on the road. So I've been, and it saves you, not like you said, it saves you a lot of time, and you haven't even had to be in the hospital either. And I think that's pretty impressive too, because I think in a lot of situations you probably would have had to be in the hospital for some of your treatment.
My name is David Farmer, and I'm a big fan of remote patient monitoring because it gives me great peace of mind with my aging mother who's 85 years old. And because I work long hours and my mother is susceptible to falls, I've always had a lot of worry about knowing whether she was okay or not, because one day I came home and she had been laying on the floor all day. So this device, which is a non-invasive watch that is worn, has been quite calming and reassuring to me, because I know if there's the possibility that she has fallen throughout the day. I can actually go onto my computer at work and pull up a screen where she's been in the day. I know that if she's gotten up out of bed, I know that if she's moved around from room to room, and when she's done that, and it gives me peace of mind. So it really gives me the ability to concentrate on what I need to do at work, but know that my mother's okay, and that I can monitor and know that if she's in trouble or not. The value of this type of telehealth is keeping people in their homes as long as possible. I do not want to put my mother in a nursing home unless I absolutely have to. It's less costly. It saves money as Medicare or Medicaid services to cover her nursing home bill. So I want to keep her in my home as long as possible, and that is a financial value. The other value is from a personal perspective in wanting to take care of my mother as long as I possibly can, rather than having to rely on strangers to take care of her. And that means a lot to me, and all of that satisfaction is made possible by the remote patient monitoring.
Darcy Farmer, and I live with my son David, and he didn't want me to be here by myself without me being able to get help from someone. So he bought this watch, and if I fall, I only have to push the button on this watch, and it contacts my son, and he can come and help me. And I feel very safe when he goes to work. I touch my watch, think, you're my friend. I can get help. I like to stay at home with my puppies. I'm much better satisfied here than living in a nursing home. And I feel like I can take care of myself, and I can get help if I need it. And my son doesn't have to worry about me.
This is my baby Lucinda. Because of this watch, I'm able to stay here and take care of her.
morning. My name is Mary Horsley, and I'm here today to talk about my Alzheimer's journey with my mother-in-law, Mary Lois Horsley. This is a picture of her when she was very young, but I wanted to share our story. It's a very important one, but it's also a very sad story. In early 2004, my father-in-law, Coy Horsley, and her husband of 50 years was diagnosed with lung cancer. And during the course of his illness, we started noticing things in my mother-in-law that were quite unusual, especially as it related to memory problems. Well, in November of 2004, he passed away, and even the grieving process was quite unusual for her. Like I said, they'd been married for 50 years, and she didn't cry, just a lot of unusual things. So after my father-in-law passed away in 2000, later in the year of 2005, we started noticing more memory decline. She was starting to have some problems with driving and going places where she was used to go and becoming more socially withdrawn and things like that. So being a clinician and working in telehealth, I thought we might be able to help her. So I contacted Rob Sprang, the director of the telehealth program at the University of Kentucky, about setting up a memory consult for her. We felt like telehealth would be a great vehicle for that because she would get confused and start having some issues if we had to travel to a place where it was busy or more crowded. So, of course, Rob, like he always does, says yes, and he initiated a consult for us, and she was, the first consult, she was initially diagnosed with mild cognitive impairment and was started on some medication for that. But later on, she started having some more memory decline, and we set up another telehealth appointment with Dr. Gregory Jica, who diagnosed her with Alzheimer's disease. So that was the start of our journey. And Alzheimer's disease is a journey from diagnosis to death. We all know that, and it not only affects the person with the disease, but it also affects us as caregivers as well. So when she was diagnosed by Dr. Jica and started on medications for her Alzheimer's disease, we started looking for some support in our area for us as caregivers. And we have a very wonderful family, lots of support there. We had a lot of people who helped us, and we wanted to try to help her maintain her independence and stay in her own home as long as possible. So we started looking for local support. We didn't necessarily have that, so we started a local Alzheimer's caregiver support group. So that kind of evolved, but then we realized that we needed more. So we talked with Rob and Dr. Jica, and Dr. Jica had the idea of starting a quarterly caregiver support video conference over telehealth for everybody in Kentucky. And that was wonderful as we traveled on our journey with this disease. We got lots of information during those support group meetings about how to handle different things from behavior to financial issues. So we were very, very fortunate to be able to access those programs through telehealth. When my mother-in-law lived with us for the last 6 months of her life, well, the last 6 months before she had to go to an extended care facility, she did see Dr. Jica for the most part over telehealth through her 7-year journey with Alzheimer's disease. So we were very fortunate that we didn't have to travel to access his services. She did pass in September of 2011, and I felt as a family that she was ready as a patient, but we were prepared as a family because of the services that we obtained through telehealth at the University of Kentucky.